Fabulous Friday, everyone. Thank God it's Friday. Therefore, the program is going to be rest and relax and also very rewarding. To start our meeting, I invite our club president for his opening address. And Willie, please.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, and fellow Toastmaster and guests. What is passion? Strong and very controllable emotion. Passion is the fuel that drives commitment. It's a fire within. It motivates us and keeps us focused. So who has the passion? It's you and every one of you. Why? Because you need the passion for anything you do in life. Be at work, be at school, if you are still schooling. Even you need a passion when you meet anyone out there, and especially in Toastmaster. Actually, where should you, do you know how to have passion? It's when you identify your purpose, talents, and needs. Purpose is the reason for doing something, is essential. Write down your purpose for Toastmaster, if you are a Toastmaster. For working, saving, learning, and everything else and of value you do, discovering the purpose of doing something make it more meaningful and easier to sacrifice to achieve it. It keeps you focused on the goal. So when you apply your passion, to make a difference in your life and the life of those around you. Why? Because passion makes you happy. And when you are doing something that you love, you become more happily and fulfilled. And when you are happy and fulfilled, you tend to deliver a better job. You don't complain about work. You go blame others when things go wrong. I remember when I first joined Toastmaster almost 12 years or 15 years ago. I was so enthusiastic. I went all over Toastmaster, the Toastmaster Club in Singapore, where we are still able to have physical meeting and at any workshop that I have, because and one thing that I made in my in a Toastmaster journey is I do my first basic menu 10 speeches with 10 weeks, 10 meetings, be 1 month. Some people say you are crazy or you are not really a quality speech, but you are the first computer Toastmaster for the club that I joined. A passion give you a reason for keep learning and to work toward mastery. It can also give you a reason to travel and therefore to have a new experience to keep it happiness. It gives you something in common with other people and to focus sociable. When you feel the passion, you feel a push to make it happen. That push feel persistent, and persistent guided by both your heart and mind is a vital part of the path to success. It's not about your life, that passion, that impact positivity. It ripple up beyond a job as well. Let me end my speech with a quote for Steve Jobs. People say you have to have a lot of passion for what you are doing, and it's totally true. So back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much, our club president, for your very inspiring address. You are all fired up with passion. And why is he talking about passion? Because our theme for today is passion. What is your passion? What are your passion about? My passion comes about when I'm around people of the same mindset. Well, in Toastmasters, we are all of the same mindset. And when we come together and talk about something that we are passionate about, our minds can just explode together in a fireworks. And so we welcome you to this Passion of Toastmasters meeting. And before we begin our meeting, I would like to introduce our appointment holders who will be helping us to conduct this meeting. We have Peter Chong as the timer. Peter, please wave. Yes. Peter is an IT professional from Malaysia. He loves to food hunting during his free time. And his philosophy is in life is to enjoy the present, to live happily with no thoughts for the future. How wonderful life is when there is no thoughts for tomorrow. Thank you, Peter, for being our timer today. And of course, we have another very beautiful lady, Patricia Tay, who is going to be our counter. She's very enthusiastic, Toastmaster, very focused on her educational program, and very willing to help fellow members a helping hand. And to start off our meeting now, please sit up straight, focus, and catch as much tips as you could on this presentation on presenting with impact. How are you going to start your presentation with an impact? How are you going to end your presentation with impact? How are you going to continue getting people to listen to you if there is impact? And the speaker is our very own long-standing Toastmaster, who is a very supportive of our members and our Singapore Dynamic Toastmasters Club. Let's put our hands together to welcome our very own dynamic speaker, Hidran. Hidran, please.
Thank you very much, Madam Toastmaster. It's always an honor and a privilege to be presenting in my home club. You know, in my home club and in the home country, which I love the most, which I have to leave because of work conditions. So good to be back home, and good to be very comfortable with those familiar faces that I always adore to see. So thank you to the club president, Willie, for inviting me and giving the opportunity. And I so miss, being part of the afternoon meeting, but it just is that I cannot join in because, because of the British summertime, the clocks have changed, and that's why it clashes with my working day. But as I said, I keep applying for my leave, and I look for opportunities where I can take a leave on Friday and join all, but hopefully things should settle in from next month, and you should see me more often participating on the Friday club meetings at this hour. So with that, let me begin. And can I ask the Zoom? I already have the control lights. Great. So let me share and begin this topic to show you what I'm going to talk about today, because the talk is all about mastering with PowerPoint. So as it says, it has to be with PowerPoint. So I have tweaked on the title a bit, and what I would like to call it is that how can I help you bring in the power, or powering you with your PowerPoint. So I'm just going to tweak in the title a bit, saying that how do I power you up with your PowerPoint. So that is going to be the session this evening. What I want to do is that, just give you a background in terms of when this started. So when Willie invited me, there were lots of thoughts, and then, we chatted a lot. In fact, when I was trying to donate my plasma, Willie called me up 5-6 times. And the doctor and nurse says that, is there something wrong? Why are you chatting? You're not supposed to do the phone here. So, we've been discussing this topic for a long time now in terms of how best can this be served. So I did not want to make this a education session where people just listen to my knowledge. I didn't want to make it, something that is gospel. something that is from the theoretical book. I wanted to give practical tips that both you and I, as normal working or people who are passionately interested in speaking at Toastmasters, can find some value. Excuse me. So you will see that this presentation today has been very, very customized. So I have not, used up any Googling or any third-party tools or anything from Toastmasters website, anything from blogs, though I read a lot in terms of and researched a lot in terms of what is the right fit. But every time I made a draft, I threw it because I felt that no, it does not appeal to me, so it will not appeal to my friends who think similar like me and who are from the same club. So that was the discontention, and that's where you will see, and we had to work between us a lot of drafts. So I had to create something, throw it off the window, till I found something that came straight from my heart. Now, before I begin today, I have a disclaimer, which I would like to honestly share with all of you. The first disclaimer is that I am not like these passionate District 80 young stars, who are very passionately deliver subject, who are experts, who I respect, who are good looking, have more hair, who are smartly dressed than me. And when they talk with all the passion. So I really respect them. But, today's session is not, it will not be their standards. Specifically Thomas Chan, my friend Thomas Chan, who I love, adore, and respect. So if you want to look at him, look at his Facebook lives or his presentation, he really speaks and presents in style. So if you're wanting something like this, today's presentation is not like these two people who really shine in the presentation. Also, today's presentation is not about teaching you PowerPoint in 20 minutes. That just cannot be done. So what we are trying to do is that the whole idea of this workshop is to give you those little tips, little bit of guidance in terms of how you can improve, what you can add in your presentation to make it more effective to the listeners, to the readers, and people who are going in to see your presentation. So as I said before, two disclaimers. One is that it will not be as energetic and passionately Toastmaster. It will again not be teaching you something in just 20 minutes, saying that give me those quick mantra for success in 20 minutes. So it's not about teaching you in 20 minutes all of this that I have planned for today. So that is what this presentation is not. Also, when I was looking and researching at what can I do in the presentation, so what is it that I need to guide you with, what is it that I need to provide you, and that's where I said that I worked on various drafts in terms of what would appeal to the audience that I'm addressing today. So I looked at what it should not. And the first is, I don't want to make this presentation preachy. So that was my first principle. I didn't want to be standing up here and reading a sermon out to you how they read in the church. So there is a book, a Bible, as I would say, of how to make PowerPoint presentation, and then I'm reading it. So I didn't want to sound preachy. So that was my first principle of not to do this to the audience today. The second is, I didn't want to make it motivational. Those motivational lecture series that you go in where they say, yes, come on, do it. Everyone raise your hands. Let's stand up. Let's bring in the energy. Yes, we can do it. So those motivational series, they're definitely not. Did not want to make it something which is very Toastmasters. So how they try and bring in the standard content and serve it out to you, saying that take it and leave it. I am here to just speak. I will finish my speaking in the next 20 minutes and then do a Q&A, and that's about it. So I have tried to avoid all of that when I talk to you. And finally, as I said, I am not here to teach you PowerPoint. So it is not about helping you master PowerPoint in just 20 minutes, as I've said before. The idea is to ensure that you take something out of this session this evening. So what is this session going to be about? First is, I'm going to provide you with some handy tips that I follow. Some tips that is relatable, something that, you know, people like us who are not tech savvy, who want to use the slides, who want to use PowerPoint in presenting in Zoom meetings at work or at Zoom meetings in Toastmasters can really benefit. So I'm going to give you a few handy tips, you know, not a laundry list of 30 or 40, because I am not that expert. I am someone who uses PowerPoint to my advantage, specifically at work and while speaking at Toastmasters as I progress through my pathway journey. The next is making it reader friendly. How can I make my slides more reader friendly so that Jennifer or Alicia or Billy both can take back something I find, or may find my slides reader friendly, easy to follow and pleasing. So that is what I want to do as a part of the session, and I will share my journey and would like you also to follow the same if it finds useful. I want to make this something that is relatable to Toastmasters like you and me, because when we deliver our pathway speeches, we need the help of slides, because it'll be a while before we get back to our physical meetings. We are an online club, and specifically the Singapore International Dynamic Toastmasters Club is a completely 100% online club. We don't meet in person. We don't have a physical place. We don't have a CC where we go in or meet, or we don't meet at a 5-star hotel like the Singapore Toastmasters Club. So we are an online club, and how can we use PowerPoint to better our online meetings, or how can we make slides that are more delivered in online meetings? And finally, what I wanted was that I wanted to teach you with some tools which act like a makeup. So they act like your lipstick, your nail polish, your compact, your mascara, that you can apply on the slides so that they look beautiful. So that is all that I want to ensure, which will make your slides shine, your slides more attractive than other people who haven't attended training. Again, in those 4 or 5 tips that I find, these are valuable tips that anyone can follow. So this is what is in store this evening on what I want to do, and more important, what I don't want to do. So these are some of the tricks and tips that you can take back from out here, and then look at things that we can do, things that we can't do. Now, before I begin or before we dwell further, there is another conditional apology that I have. There are some slides that you will see which I've picked up from our previous club meetings. So these are some of the so what I did was I went through, as a part of my research, I went through various of our own clubs meetings. So it is our own people who came for our club meetings, and thanks to Willie and his technology that these are recorded so I could access. And what I've taken is I've taken some screenshots of what members like you and I have presented over the past few meetings, which we've been going on for the last 24 months. And I've used this purely from a case study perspective. So if you see that your slides come up in the case study that I have shown it, I would personally like to apologize. The whole idea is not to offend you, but take this as a learning so we understand what good looks like and what isn't something that is good. So if you see your slide come up, I am really, really sorry. I have just taken that slide because there is some learning out which we all can benefit as a part of the case study. As I said, I didn't want to get preachy. I didn't want all of us to just, the presenter coming here, talks about his slides, and then we leave. I wanted something that resonates with us, that we can take back, and of course discuss from a case study perspective in terms of what we like in the slide and what we don't like in the slide. Because rather than me teaching, if you all can tell us what did you not like in the slide, the learning is far more. So that has been my prerogative in designing this. So now what we're going to do is we're going to open a session. So if I could ask the Zoom master to just unmute everyone, and let's have an open discussion on some of the slides that we are going to see from our own Toastmasters previous meetings. And again, as I said, it's a conditional apology. The whole idea is not to demean you. So I have removed the names, or I've removed the names of the people who presented as much as possible. But if you see the slides, the whole idea here is for us to demonstrate what is good, what did people like, and what did people did not like in terms of the overall slide design. So if you're in agreement, can you all give me a thumbs up? Just to share. So the way we are going to look at is, we are now going to go slide by slide. Let's unmute everyone. And I would like to speak up in terms of what do you see, what's working, what's not working. Now, before we move ahead, any questions so far? Complete silence means two things: either everything is understood or nothing is understood. So which way are we?
Understood.
All right, brilliant. Okay, so all ready for looking at some slides?
Yes.
Okay, brilliant. So let's just look at the first one. Now I have these two slides. Now, if the presenter were to show you these two slides, okay, this is what are the two slides that were presented in previous Toastmasters meeting. What do you like in this slide and what do you not like in the slide? Let's have an open discussion, so you can, feel free to unmute and talk to us in terms of if this was presented, do you like, do you not like, or how it can be done better? Let's hear it from you.
Can I say something?
Yes, please.
Jennifer. Okay. Looking at the slides, I can only see the top one that is with the Toastmaster emblem. The bottom one has not, and clearly the fonts are different. The font are different.
Okay.
Yeah.
So font are different, Jennifer, just on that, because these are two different, as I said, these are two different instances of the slides. So they're not related.
I see. So it's a copy and paste thing.
Yes.
Okay.
But you are going to point out that one has a template, the other doesn't.
Yeah.
I feel there are too many words. I'm sorry, I cannot put my camera on, but there are too many words. So it looks, I can't understand. I have to spend a lot of time in reading.
Absolutely. Too many words. And Lee has just also messaged saying that it is too crowded. Yeah, too many words to read, too crowded. What else?
It should have been made a bit nicer and beautiful by putting some pictures. Just putting Toastmasters on the top is not enough. Or even for the conclusion one, I think they could have kind of made it more attractive, appealing. Put some pictures and yeah.
Boring.
Yeah.
It's boring. It is too many words on the slide. As Joanne has mentioned, it looks like a thesis. It looks like someone has given me a Word document to read. It does not look like a slide. Yeah. So again, too many words copied from wherever and just pasted on the slides. It's impossible for someone to read through point by point, pay attention, because while reading, you get lost in the lines, as I would say. So you just keep staring and you'll get lost in the words because there's too many of the words out here. Yeah. So this is one such examples. And hence my next question is, what is the takeaway from this in terms of what you should avoid doing? Let's hear it from someone who's not spoken so far.
Maybe you should avoid being wordy.
Say that again, Alice. Yeah.
Should avoid being too wordy.
Absolutely. Should avoid being too wordy. What else?
You should not make more than 3 points available, and each point needs your explanation.
Oh, brilliant. Very well said. Very well said. Any other, I'm going to make this interactive, so I will want more and more people to speak because, as I said, I don't want to be preachy. I want you all to decipher what is the learning out here. So sorry to keep asking you questions, but any other thoughts on this?
Okay, the first slide has got a bullet point on the top for the
Yes.
heading, bad qualities of a leader. It has a bullet point, so I think that shouldn't be there.
Yes, absolutely. And also, I may be wrong, but I have heard that when you have a bullet, you need not put a full stop. Yeah, so you can avoid putting full stop after the sentence. That is when you have a bullet. Yes, Surbi, anything that you would like to share?
Yeah, why is there this, for instance, the bad qualities of a leader for the sub bullet? Every sentence there's a dot, dot, dot.
So again, as I said, might have been pasted directly from a document and just shared, or it is there, but again, those don't make any sense. And again, these are, as I said, that these are examples that has happened with us. So we have used, so I have used, you have used, because collectively we are a club together. Yeah. So far so good. Okay, let me have one more. Yeah, Lee says a guideline I was given maximum 5 bullet points per slide and maximum 7 words per bullet. Brilliant. Absolutely agree. 5 per slide and maximum 7. The new age presenters say that even lesser. So there
Okay. Sorry, here. Actually, people will tend to forget if there's more than 4 points.
Yes.
According to Toastmaster International, that was recommended 4 point is the maximum we should go in a slide.
Yes.
So I realized that if we have more than 4 points, people tend to be tired and become distracted.
Yes, that's correct. So that is one. The other bit, let's move ahead. The other bit is this slide. Now let's discuss what is it that is good in this slide and what do you like it as bad in this slide?
It seems to be more on the right side, so there's a bit of a space on the left. It is not very central, I think.
So when you say, no, sorry, this is the cutout of the slide. So you may find it to be right aligned, but that's my mistake because I didn't want the person who's presented name and video to come in. So just ignore that.
Okay.
Good point about this slide is the color difference you used on good leaders and bad leaders. This is the good thing I noticed.
Yes, that's a great point. So again, very well paced slides and words. It has color differentiation between good leaders and bad leaders. Yes, very true. What else? Great point, Shubham.
I think it's good to tabulate maybe put into 2 boxes with the heading good leaders, bad leaders. Then below that line, you have the points into a table.
Okay. Yes, you can put in a table as well. What else? What do we like about this slide? What do we don't like about this slide?
I would have liked a little bigger font for good leaders and bad leaders.
Yes, very. It just mixes with the points. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, actually, good leaders shouldn't be red, right? The bad leader should be in red ink.
Yeah, can be. Yeah, absolutely can be. So again, so many points coming up, but you know, generally my overall is it is a better slide than the earlier one. From a very fact that it has clear distinguishing good leaders, bad leaders, it has a good title, it has a Toastmaster template, and it has, you know, a sentence, and then if you look at the points, they are in italic. So again, a better formatted slide than what we saw earlier. Yeah, so which is what I feel. Anything else?
Yes. Hello.
Yes.
I think that bad should come first and you should end up with good so that you're left with on a positive note. And I find the red not as easy to read as the black. So I would think you'd need it where I'm reading it right now. It needs to be a slightly larger font because I'm reading it on a very big screen. If you're reading it on your mobile phone, you wouldn't see a thing unless you were able to make it larger.
Yeah, true. And again, you know, this is the way people look at it. But you know, again, but you know, all credits to the person who's presented that at least there is a color segregation that the person has put it between the good and the bad. So you know, it is visually enhancing than the earlier slide. So you know, again, people have different points of view in terms of whether bad should come in first or we should begin with the good first, but at least that is left to individual discretion. But we see a good difference between the good and the bad with the color separation and the layout. Let's move on to look at another example. This is again one of the slides that a presenter presented on one of the topics. And this is an actual slide that was shown or shown to the presenters. Now, what is the missing gap out here?
I think this one is very distracting because if you look at the left side, the two columns, there are plenty of boxes, and actually while you are trying to read the one on the right with the big fonts, you will get distracted by the other two columns. So whoever presented this could have put it in presentation mode instead.
Yes, that's correct. It looks like a draft work. So it looks like you're presenting something that you are about to complete or you are completing. It does not look like a finished product. So that is one such challenge issue or missing gap in this. What else?
Hiren, in my personal view, I thought maybe we can put some background in the slide so it will make interactive and interesting.
Absolutely, Peter. So this looks like, as I said, this looks like a half work. There is no background. It's just taken, and so it looks like a draft work. You know, it does not look, definitely does not look like a presentable work. The other thing, if you look at the left hand side, there are so many slides. So the person would think, oh my God, there's so much more to come, and would mentally or physically get switched off saying, oof, it's a long presentation, a long journey ahead. Very well spotted, Peter. So again, this is an example, and again, nothing to be ashamed of or nothing to be, these are real life examples taken from our own club. The whole idea being, again, we need to improve or move from what we've undertaken. Let's look at this. What do you feel about this?
I personally like it very much. I like the colors that is very nicely blended in, and just like the overall layout too.
Absolutely. You get attracted by the slides. The slides are attractive. You know, it has a
Slide is
beauty.
attractive, right?
Say that again. Sorry.
Yes, the color combination is good, but probably if you look, well, honestly, I think you should have one slide at a time rather than both together. Both slides
No,
together.
these are,
And the other thing
Jennifer, these are slides.
is the slide, the dome.
Jennifer, we are losing you, or my connection's having issue.
No, I think we've lost her. So I also.
Sorry, did you say something? I can't hear you.
I see. We can't actually hear you. The lines suddenly have an intermittent.
Hear me? Hey, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Hear me now?
I think, Jennifer, your connection seems to be weak.
So.
Okay, Alicia, you had something to share?
Oh, no, I have nothing to share. Oh, yeah, well, the background is very nice. Probably this speaker probably followed Toastmaster branding colors, if you notice.
Yes, yes. And again, very well laid out picture, very well in terms of do's and don'ts, you know, the color contrast, all is coming out very nicely. Again, it is pleasing to the eye. Yeah. Let's move and look at a few more examples. Let's look at this slide. Any observations out here?
Picture presentation is good.
Yes.
Apart from this, in the slide, there are few sentences or few alphabets or words used in the slides. So the presenter is easy to present with people, and also who are viewing the slide will get throughout knowledge from the slide.
Absolutely. So there is a nice branding used. The template is good. The colors are good because, you know, there is a separate color for the interaction between doctor and patient, or customer 1 and customer 2. And then very less amount of words used with the image. So everything sinking in nicely, not too wordy, not too crowded. All that fits in perfectly well. Similar example here. Again, this has been taken in, but again, as you said, good use of images. You know, just one big image, few sentences, but conveys the point. These are two separate slides that have been used. Again, these are again slides that were used again. So what do we have to say about these two slides?
The pictures using is quite blurred.
Yes. And again, too many text below. And the presenter has used the slides. There is too many, you know, buttons. I mean, the slides and the words both very crowded.
Can't understand the message of the slide. That is
Yeah.
I don't know what is the slide trying to convey.
Yeah, no, so again, I removed the title to just fit and remove the speakers, any resemblance. But again, yes, Joanne, you're right, too much or very text heavy. Again, I've used this slide, just a classic, and I've used the photograph of the presenter, my good friend Dennis. But again, something that people miss out is that when you're presenting, there is a slide, there's a presenter view, which looks like this. But where you see the next slide, so this is what the presenter should see. But because the settings were incorrect, all the people could see this. So they could see the slides and what coming in next. So again, this is a setting in PowerPoint that needs to be avoided because you don't want to open your card or you don't want to reveal the climax or the next slide to everyone. Now I use this slide because, Dennis is a good friend and he won't mind, but I wanted to show him that even though it's a great presentation, great slide, just it conveys the meaning, but then the view in the presentation is wrong. So everyone's getting to see what's coming in next. And that reveals the thrill of the slide. Again, something that can be avoided. Again, some of the examples of what great slides look like. So again, you see more pictures, correctly highlighted point. Again, a great visual delight that we have in the slides. So again, these are some of the examples that, you have seen of how things can work and what you can do in terms of enhancing your slides. Now, here are my 5 steps that I would recommend before I close in, just to give you quick, easy tips in terms of what you can do well. So again, as I said, these are not preachy, but these are something that I follow to make my slides beautiful, and everyone can follow. It does not require any technical PowerPoint knowledge. First things first, what I believe is making a PowerPoint slide or making a presentation, it is like cooking a dish. You need to get the ingredients on the table before you start cooking. So what I mean is you need to have your content ready. You need to start talking in terms of what are you presenting. That's tip number 1, get your ingredients ready. The next is, which is something that I did. So if you look at today's slide, this follows the structure. So what I do is I take a notebook and a pen, and actually I draw my slides in terms of how it is going to visually look. So if it's just text, if it's images, if it is slides, I actually draw them before I get into the machine. So basically you draw them because then you will know what are you doing. You don't waste time in the PowerPoint. Everything is in your head, everything is in a book ready, and this is what we called as a straw man. So draw out your slides in terms of visual representation. So your mind is very clear in terms of what are you going to do with the slide, rather than getting onto a PC and then wondering what are you doing. Should I add an image? Should I add a text, etc.? Idea is just visually put everything on a paper. That's tip number 2. Tip number 3, less is more. No wordy slides, no filled in PowerPoint presentation, slides after slides. The lesser you get, the better it is. So try and be your own critic. Try and cut things down as much as possible. So the less is actually more when it comes to PowerPoint slides. Finally, romance with your color palette. Try and change your color palette. I generally start like using black because that gives a great contrast of the color, but you can be creative in terms of what color palette you use depending on the topic you are delivering. So again, experiment with the slide background, experiment with the color palette that is given in PowerPoint. That's tips number 4. And finally, reduce the text. Get more visual, get more images. So if you've seen what I've done all throughout the journey, that's all about bringing images, reducing the text, making it more focused to an individual, because a picture speaks more than 1,000 words. So reduce all of this, make it as crisper, as neater as possible. Yeah, that's it from what I had. I am overshot the time, and sincere apologies for them, but happy to have any questions that you feel are still unanswered.
I have a question, Hiren.
Yes, John.
Can you recommend the latest software or something, or is there anything like latest that we have to install, or you can get it online in order to improve our PowerPoint slides?
No, it's all about what we have in the PowerPoint, because again, PowerPoint itself is so powerful that, playing it simple, because, technology comes with its own constraints. And again, as I said, we are not able speakers, or we're not professional speakers like what Thomas Chan and other people in the District 80 are. So we are, normal people who deliver presentations across Toastmaster meetings or in networking workshops. So the day we get into professional, we can invest in high-end software that work with a click, and you have larger screens, etc. So a normal PowerPoint is as powerful enough for all our day-to-day needs.
Okay, thank you so much.
Any other questions? All right, so if no questions, I hope the session has been useful. So thank you very much. And thank you very much for your time this evening. Back to you, Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you so much, Hiran, for that very interactive, very skillful sharing and very interesting presentation. And I particularly like the flashing of this less is more in my face. I always, that what makes me remember. And I totally love the romance, your slides with colors. And that is so perfect. Now, we can always discuss points with Hiran later if we have the time. And right now, from one exciting program, we are moving on to the next. And we have the table topic. Well, usually in a physical meeting, when we talk about table topics, we all start to look down to your feet. But here, there's no looking down, because our table topic master will be, whether you're looking down or you're looking up, she will be spotting you. So for this segment, we have a think tank table topic master who is a happy-go-lucky person who enjoys life, aims to live in the moment, create memories, and enjoy the journey more than the destination. Her hobbies are plenty: playing the saxophone, digital photography, sports, and being a tourist within her own country. Please welcome our very energetic Vice President, Education, Alicia, please.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Plum.
Thank you.
All right, good evening to Club President, to members and guests. I'm your friendly table topic master today. And for guests here, table topic is a very long-standing Toastmaster tradition. With the purpose of the table topic is to provide an opportunity for members and the audience to practice impromptu speaking. And I, as the table topic master, will present topics today and allow each and every one of you to organize your thoughts quickly, improve your confidence, and improve impromptu public speaking skills. So for tonight, I have prepared 20 topics centered on passion. In fact, passion from the use of idioms. And it will be a visual show of feast for your eyes. So give me a minute while I prepare my slides. And Mr. Timer, where are you? Can you
Yes,
share with us the timing sequence for table topic?
sure. Good. Sorry. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, fellow Toastmaster and guests. My name is Peter Chong, and I will be serving as the timer for today's meeting. In Toastmaster, we learn to speak within a designated time frame, and so to help facilitate that, I will be tracking the time and your position within those times. You may now refer to my video background for the demonstration's purpose. When a speaker reaches the minimum time allotted, I will show the green virtual background. After a speaker reaches the midpoint of the time allotted, I will show the yellow virtual background. After a speaker reaches the midpoint of the time allotted, when the speaker reaches the end of the speaking time, I will show the red virtual background. And then the speaker is required to wrap up his speech between 30 seconds. Also, before end of the briefing, I would like to share a small tip to the speaker to have a better view of the virtual background indication during your speech. You may ping my video before you start your speech. Let me share some timing requirement for our table topic. On the table topic itself, you are required to minimum speak in 1 minute's time, and maximum time will be 2 minutes, and additional 30 seconds for your wrap up. Thanks. Pass back to Thomas of the day. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Timer. Give me a minute while I set up my PowerPoint slides. All right, as I mentioned, I have 20 slides on idioms regarding passion. So unfortunately, I have the first one shown there. And who would like to be the first volunteer? I have 20, so you can select from out of this 20. Don't feel shy. Can I get a volunteer? Or you'll be...
I would like to volunteer first because I think with 13 people and 20 topics, we'll have to go anyway. Let me be the first one.
All right. All right. Okay. Can you choose which number you want?
I thought it's the first one.
Oh, no, you can choose anything. It just happened that the first one came up.
1.
Do you want to choose
I'll
one?
take 1. Yes.
Okay, you choose one. Okay, you have got this idiom called ants in one's pants. Before you start, I explain what is it all about. Ants in one's pants. Imagine you have ants in your pants. You're referring to people who are very restless or excited about something. Okay, when the ants go into your pants, you're very excited, right? So, for example, I wish he would relax. He's got ants in his pants about something today. So that's an example. So I'll let you think about it. When you're ready, let us know.
Thank you. I'm ready. Ants in one's pants is the topic for me today. Let me try my best. Have you ever been bitten by ants? I have, but I've never had ants in my pants. It is really a funny thought to have ants in your pants. But since the idiom has been given, let us try and imagine how it is like to have ants in our pants. The person with ants in his pants will be jumping up and down, getting very fidgety, very uncomfortable. It is an uncomfortable feeling indeed. Someone with deep passion may be behaving a little bit like that. When we have deep passion, we can't stay still. We can't stay still because we want to do something about our passion. It is just like a need that we need to fulfill. But of course, I hope we are not all jumping around like having ants in our pants. But yes, it is necessary to be up and moving with passion. So thank you very much for this topic, Table Topic Master, ants in one's pants.
You are welcome.
Topic Master.
You're welcome, Toastmaster Patricia. So who is the next volunteer? Who would like to volunteer next? We have 19 other passionate idioms.
Okay, can I go next? If nobody
Okay,
wants
Joan.
to?
Okay, Joan.
Yeah.
What number would you like?
Yeah, I will take number, the hardest one. Which one do you have? 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 20. I'll take 20. Yes.
20,
So
okay.
that will be the hardest, right?
Just give me a minute. I have been a bit of issue.
I will straighten my hair because I'm so
20, 20 is not very difficult. It's fun.
No, it's fun. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, can you see my face? No. Okay. Okay.
Okay. Wait. How come I can't seem to share my screen? I'm having a bit of issue. Just give me a minute. A new date. Oh, okay. I need some help. I'm not able to open up my share screen again, my PowerPoint slide.
Are you there, really?
What's the problem that you're facing?
Yeah, because I was trying to share it as a PowerPoint slide where I'm inside the slide.
Can
So
you?
They say I cannot open one that is already open.
You need to close the other one first.
How do I close it?
Your PowerPoint. Your
Okay.
PowerPoint, is it closed? Is it, you have one presentation mode and one main screen, correct?
That's not I share it as a advanced PowerPoint slide.
No, your slide. I'm talking about your presentation. Let's go Google Zoom yet. First of all, you need to close your PowerPoint first.
Oh, okay, wait.
Because when you share screen, you did not share the right screen. You share the presentation mode instead. Okay, you close your presentation first and then open again.
It's already closed already.
And open now.
There's nothing.
Open your PowerPoint again. And then go to the screen first. Because if you need to change screen, it's best not to share the advanced features.
Oh, no wonder.
So because you need to change screen, leave your just a normal presentation all the way, then you can share using the advanced features on Zoom. So it's better that you can share screen.
Oh, so I don't use the advanced.
Yeah, because that is only for continuous slide, not for changing
Oh,
slide,
okay,
or else
okay.
you will face this problem.
Okay, okay, got it, got it. All right. Who's the next volunteer?
I'm here.
Joan, is it? Okay, Joan, you asked for 20, slide 20, is it?
See, Hiren, this gave me an advantage to be more presentable. So advantages of sometimes not working.
Okay, Joan, what number you want?
I'll take the hardest. Yeah, I'll take 20.
Okay, 20 is not say the hardest, but it's quite interesting.
Okay, I'll take that. Oh my gosh. Okay, love goes.
Love goes through the stomach. Let me explain what you picked.
Oh, my husband is standing here next to me
Hey,
right now.
love goes through the stomach. It's actually a famous German idiom, which implies that food and love go hand in hand.
Okay.
That you can win someone over or express your love through a meal you prepare for someone. So it means sharing and intensifying love and life by cooking and eating together. So
I'm
over to you.
now. Yes.
Over to you, Joan. Let us know when you're ready. Thank you.
Oh, I'm all ready. Thank you so much. Yes. Can you have the spotlight on me so that love goes through my heart as well and I can see myself? Okay. President, fellow Toastmasters and guests, I truly agree with the statement that love goes through the stomach. And for that to prove, I have this chocolate with me. Love certainly goes through the stomach, and especially through sweet things like chocolates and ice creams. I can give you an incident about that. I'm not a great cook, and I've been trying that for a long time. I've been married for 20 years, but I've still didn't achieve my goal. And this is a vibrant example that sometimes my husband will praise what I cooked. And whenever I make the best dish for him, he's the most nicest person I feel on the earth that I have. And when I'm very unable to cook things that he doesn't like or enjoy, he expresses his love, but in a very sad way. So yes, and that I can express even also through my children. My children are excited when we go out and I say, okay, let's go out and eat. And okay, they are all happy and bubbling because they all know that mom is not a great cook. So going out is a great fun for them. And I can make them do things what they want after we go in the restaurants and eat and come back. So certainly love goes through the stomach because I can feel that they are obedient to what I want them to do. And my friends, now with the COVID, you can imagine how things are because all the restaurants are shut and you can certainly do takeaways, but it's scary right now also for that. As we are in a new country, we don't know where we can get all these good takeaways. So love is not certainly going through the stomach, neither through the heart these days, but we are expressing and we are trying hard to be really united with expressing our joy through other means, like helping each other out. So certainly love goes through the stomach, but you have to really work hard and be a better cook for that. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Joan, for expressing how the love can go through the stomach and various methods, especially during this COVID-19. Now, can I have the next volunteer?
I will try. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Which number would you like to pick?
Number 6.
6, okay. Okay. Why it didn't go to 6? Hold on. All right. 6 is something different. 6, you've got this champing at the bit. This is referring to someone who is champing at the bit, is ready and eager to start an activity and is showing impatience at being delayed. For instance, this example, the press conference was delayed for such a long time that the journalists were champing at the bit. So Toastmaster, Jennifer, are you ready, or would you like to have a different topic?
Can you explain one more time, please?
Okay. Champing at a bit, we are talking about someone who is champing at a bit. This person is ready and eager to start an activity and is showing impatience at being delayed.
Okay.
So you can see the horse is going quite fast, right?
Yeah. Thank you for this very interesting topic. I was very eager to start dancing again. The music started. I was ready to go down to the dancing floor and show my dancing skills. However, suddenly there was this breakdown in the music system. The DJ couldn't play the song that I wanted, that I could dance with. So I was very agitated. I was so impatient that I went up on the stage and started dancing in front of everyone without music. And then just by humming and singing songs and dancing, the audience also danced with me. Impatience or not, it doesn't matter. Finally, the DJ apologized, and then the music started again. And everyone was so impatient, and they just wanted to carry on dancing because dancing is a form of exercise. To them, it's an exercise, not a dancing. So therefore, the impatience actually ran out. So yeah, that's about it. Sorry.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jennifer, for sharing with us your experience of champing at the beat. This is a real tough one, yeah? But you did well. Can we have the next volunteer?
I'd love to go next.
All right, which number would you like to take?
15.
Sorry, 15, is it?
Yep.
All right.
Oh.
Right, you have 15. Sorry, why does it always go to this? Right. You have this idiom, hold your horses. So hold your horses, maybe I explain what does hold your horses mean. It doesn't really mean to hold the exact horse, but what it means to say is that if you tell someone to hold their horses, you think they are doing something too fast. And so you want them to slow down and not rush into further action. For instance, I give you an example, hold your horses. We need to get the customer's approval first. So this is what you call hold your horses. So Gracie, let us know when you're ready.
Sure thing. Thank you very much, Alicia. All right. Hold your horses. Now, what a lot of people don't know is that hold your horses is a euphemism for being stable, because horses are kept in the stable. I think that in essence, holding your horses and the ability to be calm is a lot more important than the ability to vituperate, because at the end of the day, what travels faster, light or sound? Of course, light. That light bulb may go off in your head, but it'll go off faster than the voice of reason telling you that, hey, this is a great idea. I think it's important to hold your horses, because while that light bulb is still going on in your head, you need to give time for that voice of reason to tell you, is that really a good idea? Or is this just a product of all the butterflies in my stomach? Because that's what passion does to you. When you're passionate, when you're eager to do something, you're so quick to jump and do it, because everything is just a blur. You're excited, you want to get to do it. But then again, it's important to analyze that there is a lot of thought that goes into every successful story. And it's more than just the glamorized version that exists in your head. So ladies and gentlemen, hold your horses, be stable. That's all from me. Back to you, Alicia. Thank you.
Thank you, Gracie. Certainly, we need to calm ourselves down and hold our horses so that we can think rationally. In this kind of COVID-19 situation, lots of people want to rush to go and buy toilet paper, right? So we need to hold our horses. Their passion for stocking up things. Right, I understand Kanan wants to go next. Kanan.
Yeah, if there is a chance, I can go next.
Yes, there's a chance. Nobody is stopping me yet.
Okay.
What number would you like?
What number?
Yes.
What is the number now? 15.
15.
Go 14, no problem. 14, just
14,
so that you can just go one page.
All right, you give me a minute, huh?
What is that? Go the extra mile.
No. Give it a minute. Let me flash.
Okay.
Right, you have got go the extra mile. Go the extra mile, let me explain. If you go the extra mile, you do more than what is expected of you. So you can count on me, Tom. He's always willing to go the extra mile. So Kanan,
yes,
you understand the idiom?
Yeah, no problem.
Okay.
Thank you. You don't have to explain also, so that we can even think in our own way, but that's okay. Thank you for explaining. Madam Table Topic Master, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, go the extra mile. Whatever task we take, whether it is a Toastmaster or yes, or your school work or at your work, whatever we do, we want to excel. We want to make sure that we are the best. As a Toastmaster, we have to achieve. I'm going to talk only about the Toastmaster. As a Toastmaster, we want to achieve to be a better speaker and a better leader. We are putting efforts to the best of our ability. The efforts put by Angela may not be compared to the efforts put by Kanan or any Toastmaster. Everybody has got a different thing. But whatever is possible to achieve the goal, we need to put extra efforts. If we are going to work on the pathways, if we understand and we do the project, we have to put extra mile so that we can excel and we can accelerate our growth. If you are doing a leadership, if you are taking a club officer, I think I saw a message from Willie that if we are going to go for the club officer, we need to understand the role and we need to put our best of our ability so that we can excel. So that extra mile, that is an additional effort that you are putting, will make you one of the best. So fellow Toastmasters, I am going to urge you, whatever task you are doing, whether it is at your school, if you are doing at your school, if you are taking 3 subjects in one semester, if you do 4 subjects, I know that you have to put additional efforts, but additional efforts give you a faster growth. So once again, as call to action, I urge everyone to put that extra mile or to put that additional effort so that you can excel. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you, Kanan, for sharing us. Certainly, we need to be hardworking and go the extra mile if you want to have any sort of success. And by doing your extra mile, you will get the success that you want. All right, who is the next person? Sabhi Agawa, right? Okay, what number do you want?
What all numbers are available?
Yeah, we have plenty. You just pick a number and I'll let you know whether it has been taken.
Okay.
From 1 to 20.
I'll go with number 13.
Number 13 now, okay. This is interesting. You've got this, fling yourself into something.
Absolutely.
So you got it? I don't need to explain?
Yeah. No, I got it.
Very good, excellent. When you're ready, let us know. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, Table Topic Master, for this challenging and very insightful question. A very good evening to fellow Toastmasters and distinguished business leaders. I'm remembering a beautiful quote said by Steve Jobs. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life, which truly resonates with this very question. Fling yourself into something, which is like dabble yourself into something which you've never done. So what I have been doing in this time of crisis, it depends on your perspective, whether you would like to take this life of pandemic into a more optimistic fling or into a pessimistic fling. So I have tried to make most out of these times because these times will really not come back. I've tried to dabble to learn many foreign languages, German, Spanish, French. I also dabbled my hands into learning shooting, archery, and some of the other adventurous sports, taking a bike ride up to Himalayas when the lockdown was open. And why not? Also, this very journey of Toastmasters, this is my very second month into this very oration capabilities journey. I'm here to hone my performance. And of course, TEDx is the purpose and the goal. But I believe that Toastmaster is the launching pad. And I have already embarked my journey to become a prolific orator. I think it all depends on oneself, how you can handle and come out of your comfort zone to give it that extra push, that extra mile, so that you can conquer the culmination and reach to the vantage point in both facets of your life, be it personal or professional endeavors. One needs to be mindful and conscious of all the circumstances around them and actually master this capability. Because I remember this quote said by none other than but Winston Churchill, never let a good crisis go to waste. Over to you, Table Topic Master.
Thank you. Thank you, Sabir Agawa, for sharing us how you step out of your comfort zone. And let us all also follow suit, not to stay within our comfort zone. Despite the COVID-19, let's look into ourselves, what we can do, and fling yourself into that particular thing that you have passion for. And passion will drive you towards the goal that you want. So any more volunteers?
Yes.
Who's that?
Angela.
Oh, Angela. Okay, which number you want?
I can't see. Is there a 16?
16, yes, there is. All right, you have picked this one. Angela has picked this idiom called lick your lips. Lick your lips is for someone who's showing that they are excited about something and are eager for it to happen. So lick your lips.
What makes me lick my lips? Well, obviously food makes me lick my lips. I like fruit. This is new. Going back about a year, I remember many years ago, I went to India and I was in a hotel and I ordered breakfast, the set breakfast, and I was expecting to get a mixed grill with something like bacon and eggs and sausages. And when I got fruit and yogurt, I was so disappointed. And I thought this was not a proper breakfast. I thought this was a cheap version. I thought I was being palmed off as something that wasn't up to scratch, something that was cheap and something that wasn't nutritious. However, for the past year, I have been on a diet and we have had for breakfast, we have started our breakfast with a fruit salad with nuts and seeds, and it's bolstered up with either Weetabix or porridge. Porridge in our case being British porridge, which has a base not of rice but of oats, and being English rather than Scottish, we have sugar in it rather than salt. So in fact, we have a little of each. Now what makes me lick my lips is the idea of fruit for breakfast, kiwi fruit. And then in the evening, I often have a little bowl with mango, a slice or two of mango. Oh, that is gorgeous. I just love that. What makes you lick your lips? I also like not durian, fresh durian, but durian ice cream and durian cake. What makes me lick my lips? Just food. However old you are, whether you are into exercise or sex or music or anything else, everybody eats. Everybody has food. I'm licking my lips at the thought of it. I hope you are too. Back to you, Alicia.
Thank you, Toastmaster Angela. You certainly make me lick my lips. There are many things that make me lick my lips. Food is one of them. Sports, passion for my members here. All right, Zoom Master, do I still have time for one more speaker or we have to end? Zoom Master.
You have 4 more.
4 more. Oh, I still got 4 more. Okay. All right.
Speaker, right? Can I confirm is 6 speaker or how many speaker already?
Timer, how many speakers do we have?
You're
A
talking
moment,
about
please. 7.
speeches?
Oh, we
or-
have 7 speakers already.
So 3 more to go.
Okay, all right. We can have 3 more. People, we can have 3 more. So who's the next volunteer? Don't feel shy. Oh, Doris. Okay, Doris, which number would you like to choose? From 1 to 20. We can't hear you.
Sorry about that. Is 7
All right.
available?
7. I think, let me try and see whether, I can't remember, but let me try.
Good morning, everyone, or evening.
All right, okay. 7 is available. You've got dial it back. All right, maybe I explain what is dial it back.
Calling back Debbie Campbell.
Just give me a minute. Okay, dial it back refers to, if you dial it back, you reduce the intensity of something or tone it down. So for example, when Lucas started getting all excited, his mother said, "Hey, Lucas, dial it back a bit." So tone it down.
Okay, well, if I could choose anything that I need to dial down, it would be my temper. Oh my goodness, sometimes I can have quite the temper. Quite recently, I went to the garden center and they did not have my favorite plants. There was a shortage of the herb rosemary, which is my favorite herb to add to all my beautiful dishes. It took me a while to find that plant. I even went online to see if they carried rosemary at the garden centers in my local garden centers, and I had a terrible time. I remember going to 2 stores. They told me they had rosemary, but they didn't. I really had to dial back my temper because I was starting to get very unsettled within myself. And I was taking it out on everyone because I didn't have rosemary. My husband came home from work and I just growled at him because I could not have rosemary to put in my roast potatoes for dinner. My children came home and I growled at them because I was very upset because I was going to spend the afternoon planting my garden. And guess what was going to be in the center of my garden? Always fresh rosemary. My mother-in-law came over to visit and I had to dial back. You never lose your temper with your mother-in-law. But I really was happy when the phone rang from the KW garden center and they told me they had fresh rosemary and they were holding it for me and I could go and get it. I went to get my fresh rosemary, and ever since I planted in my garden, I no longer have to dial back that anger because I feel very happy now. Back to you, Table Topics Master.
Thank you, Doris, for sharing with us your interesting story about how you needed to dial down your temper. Every one of us now these days, maybe perhaps because of COVID-19, our tempers have risen, right? We have been quick-tempered, and maybe perhaps hot-tempered. So perhaps we can dial it down by looking at the big picture and not let something small make us so frustrated and angry. Life is too short, you know. All right, I'm told that I can still have 2 more table topic speakers. Who's the next volunteer? Can we have another volunteer? Khalid?
Okay, why not?
Okay, what number would you like?
There's 5 available.
5, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, you have picked something very interesting. Can you see the person is stirring something? You have picked the idiom cause a stir. So do you need me to explain it?
Yeah, it would help.
All right. Cause a stir means if something causes a stir, it creates an atmosphere of excitement or great interest. For example, the arrival of the actress caused a stir in the village. So you got it?
Yes, I got it, but I have my own ideas, Madam Table
Okay,
Topics
of
Master,
course,
fellow
of course.
Toastmasters. Yeah. Well, you know, I have been a professor. I still am a professor. That's where I need to cause a stir, because when I enter the class, the students are already asleep. So I have to do something just to wake them up. And how do I do that? I start shouting first. And then I play my vocal variety, something I have learned in Toastmasters. Then I try to speak very slowly and tell them, I'm here, I am here, class is about to begin. And that reminds us that even in life, there are situations where we have to do something different because we are surrounded with circumstances that may dampen our spirit or maybe make us desperate for achieving our goal. So whenever you're facing that kind of situation, just start all over and do something to stir. Find something to cause something organized out of chaos. And that is how you will move always forward. So I'm always ready to cause a stir. And I think I did this just right now, Madam Table Topic Master.
Thank you, Khalid, for sharing us how you cause your stir in your classroom setting. Wonderful. We should always find opportunities to cause a stir. If not, our life will be very boring and passion will bring us out of our boredom. All right, I can have the last speaker. So who would like to be the final and last speaker? One last speaker, that's all. Before we go for our break. Who hasn't spoken and would like to try? I need a passionate person. Finally, please. How about, okay. How about our timer? Would you like to try?
Not definitely not today.
Okay, no worries. Right, who can do the last one?
I think everyone has tried.
Oh, everyone
except
has tried except who?
mm,
Miss Lee, is
Lee,
it? Ah, Lee,
Miss
Miss
Lee,
Lee, Miss Lee,
Millie,
Miss
and
Lee, or club president, would you like to try? Okay, how about club president? If you don't want, then Plum. Toastmaster of the day, Plum.
Am I?
Yes,
Doing
of
it?
course. Yes, you can. What number you should
Well,
like?
what number? Number one?
Number one was taken already.
Okay, you have 20, so I take 11.
11, okay. All right, this is very interesting. You got the idiom on the edge of one's seat. On the edge of one's seat is talking about someone who is on the edge of their seat, is very interested in something and finds it both extremely exciting and nerve-wracking. So when you're ready, let us know. Thank you.
Somebody who is very interested in something. Well, when I was a kid, I'm always interested in so many things that I have 7 siblings, and every time they do something, whether it is going on the swing that goes 360 degrees around the stand, or whether they are trying to shoe the cows. Well, we are live in a very big village where they have cows. So I'm always interested to know how they do things, but I'm always sitting on the edge of the seat because I am always a very timid person. And when they do it and I want to do it and I do not dare to do it, eventually, what do you think? I did not do any of these things, and I grow up to be so very regretful. But if you think that, well, you have been regretful when we are young and you're always not daring to try very exciting things, you're always sitting on the edge and not knowing if you want to do it, then perhaps you are now not going to sit on the edge, but then join them in doing the things that they like. Well, not so. I can tell you that even though now I'm a very timid person, I'm not a sporty person like our very exciting Alicia. She does everything. But for me, I rather sit and observe, and I rather sit on the edge of maybe a speedboat at the edge, but not really going on to driving the boat. So somebody will have to do the driving, but there is one thing that I'm always very interested and I'm always wanting to do it. And that is when I joined the Toastmaster. Yes, that is when I joined the Toastmaster. I took to it like fish to water. I wasn't sitting on the edge anymore. I was like jumping into it. Well, I have never, like some of our members here, first day today, I've never attended any meeting. Well, I went in with a very open mind and I did my speeches and I did events and I took up leadership. And some people just said that, wow, this lady is something to be, that they are proud of. And I make so many friends and they just say that I'm such a very sporty person, that I'm so enthusiastic in so many things, but well, they do not know the dark side of me. I used to be always sitting on the edge of the seat. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Plum, for sharing with us how you were so shy, introverted when you're young. Well, I'm so glad Toastmaster has helped to transform you into this person who loves to sit at the edge of the seat, right? To each one of everyone of you out there who are introverted and shy, always don't think that sitting at the edge of the seat presents too much risk and danger. Instead, there's more danger if you don't even try it at all, right? So I hope everyone enjoyed the table topic session. And I need to hand back to our Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, table topic.
All right, before I end, can our timer, Peter Cheong, please share with us the timings for all the speakers?
Sure. Patricia Tay, is 1 minute 19 seconds. Joanne will be 1 minute 57 seconds. Jennifer Lim will be 1 minute 38 seconds. Gracie will be 1 minute 13 seconds. Kanan will be 2 minutes 7 seconds. Serbi will be 2 minutes 18 seconds. Angela will be 2 minutes 21 seconds. Doris will be 2 minutes 12 seconds. Khalid will be 1 minute 34 seconds. And Patricia Lam will be 2 minutes 37 seconds. All reaching time except Plum is a little bit over time for 7 seconds. Thanks.
So it's all right. She was just sitting on the edge of the seat.
It's okay. It's
Yeah.
all right. We follow the rules. We follow the rules.
All right.
Definitely.
So everyone, please put in
Otherwise,
your
we don't
votes.
learn anything. Yeah. Okay.
All right. So everyone, please put in your votes. Remember to vote not for the prettiest lady or the most handsome guy, but vote on the best table topic speaker. Thank you.
Great. And back to me.
Yes, back to you. Thank you.
Are you going to have the voting on or they going to how are they voting?
They can just vote and then we can end the vote shortly.
How they are they going to chat to you or how are they voting?
They're
You're
voting
going to
now.
put a vote on?
They're voting now, yes.
Okay.
They're voting now. We'll give them about 80% has voted, so we left another 20%.
How come I don't see anything on the screen?
Oh no, we are not showing the votes until the end of the meeting where
So
we
how am
announce the
I
winner.
voting? How am I voting?
Oh, you can't vote because you're co-host.
Ah, okay, thank you.
Yeah, neither can I. So forever I cannot
Okay,
vote.
right. Right. While you're voting with this pandemic, do you hold on to your horses when you want to buy toilet rolls, or do you go the extra mile to get more so that everyone have their share? Well, I'm not sure about you, but I will have enough. And I am not going to dial back on this segment because the topics are so very wonderful and the topics has caused such a stir. More so, the speakers have caused much more stir. So let's look forward to many more exciting topics like this today. Thank you. And now, if you have done with the votes, we can now go for a how many minutes break?
5 minutes. We are
5 minutes. 5 minutes break, and I'll see you back. If you do not want the break, stay.
Can you just
Welcome back to our second segment, and today we have three super speakers. Introducing our speaker number 1. He is doing the Pathway Dynamic Leadership Level 1, Mastering Fundamentals, Researching and Presenting. The objective, could I have Angela, please? You are the evaluator. To please read out the objectives. Angela, are you the evaluator? You were not told. All right.
Yes, I am. I was just looking for the mute.
All right. Do you have the objectives? Or?
Yes.
All right. Could you please?
Researching and presenting. The purpose of the project is for the member to learn or review basic research methods and present a well-organized, well-researched speech on any topic.
Thank you. The time is 5 to 7 minutes. 5 at green, 6 at amber, and 7 at red, and you're given 30 seconds to round up your speech. And the title is Let Us Get Fascinated. And the speaker loves to travel. He lives in Maryland, USA, with his lovely wife, Janaki Kanan. They have one son who is studying in Johns Hopkins, and he started his Toastmasters journey in late 2012. And eager to improve his speaking skills. Let us all please welcome our speaker, Kanan Sankari.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster, Madam Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters, and distinguished guests. Do we need to take the COVID vaccine or not? This is a topic I'm researching. I will let you know first. I will start with why I am doing this topic. Recently in US, as well as in India, there is a concern that when you are getting vaccinated, are you getting COVID? Many people in India, especially in the southern parts, are reluctant to take the vaccination. In US, there is a drive from some portion of the people saying that we should not take the vaccination because it is our body, it is harming. So I went and did a research and checked various places and presented to you whether it is good to do a vaccination or not. Based on many sites, based on many countries' site and the CDC recommendation, I found, my research found that COVID-19 vaccines are safe and effective. You may even, assuming that you are getting some problem after getting vaccination, you remember that your vaccination is helping to create the antibodies so that you are not getting affected. When you take the vaccination, there could be a small side effects. There could be a sore arms where you got that vaccination, or there could be a slight fever. You should not be worried about that, because it takes 2 weeks for the body to build the antibodies when the vaccine is given. People, especially in India, recently I've seen many people got the vaccination and they felt, oh, it is because of vaccination they are getting sick. Fellow Toastmasters, I urge you, if you have an opportunity, take the vaccination. People, you are all safer than after taking the vaccination. If you don't take the vaccination, you are at risk. You are definitely at risk. I also checked from the Worldometer. This is one site where you can check every day how many people are getting affected. USA is leading. 33 million people are affected. India is number 2. India was way below. Suddenly the second variant hit very hard on them when they were not ready, because they exported they sent their vaccination to many countries as Canada and other places, and then they were shortage of vaccines. Okay, so there was second variant that kicked off recently, I think 1 or 2 months back. So the total number of cases has gone up to 24 million people. And there are some people, that's why people are getting, oh, I took COVID vaccination, maybe I got sick because of that. Fellow Toastmasters, I'm telling you, that is not the case. What are the vaccine available? In US, Pfizer is number 1. Number 2, also there is Johnson & Johnson, and there are other vaccines available also. In India, I am not sure in Singapore. In India, we have Covaxin and Covishield, which are commonly administered. Both have to take two doses. And the vaccines, when you take a dose of Pfizer, you take that, and after 2 weeks, or 2 or 3 weeks, you take another dose. So that enhances, that is like a booster shot, and that will help you to create the antibodies. Fellow Toastmasters, you may all be taking the flu shot regularly. I'm not sure in Singapore. I want to learn also from you all whether you are all getting vaccinated. This vaccination, there are some unknown facts also there. Everything is not completely researched. Okay, how well vaccine can prevent us from spreading the virus, we don't know. Will it last 6 weeks, 6 months, 1 year after the vaccine? We do not know. We know that it is protecting, it is creating the antibodies. How long, we don't know. If you are aware, the flu recommended time frame for the flu shot is every year. The same thing is in India also. I think in Singapore also people may take the flu shots regularly. It is like that only. And once, say 50% or 60% or 70% of the people got vaccinated, you can say that that population has got immunized. At present, I think in Maryland, we have less than 2% positivity rate. We have removed all the restriction. We have got 70%. Now, the Pfizer has stated that vaccination can be given to 12-year-old onwards, 12-year-old and up. They are also researching whether it can be given to the youngsters like 3, 4, 5, 6. They are doing that research. Now, fellow Toastmasters, I want to request you one thing. Do not go and read the message which are not completely researched. If you want to read a message, go to a government bulletin or to an area where it is provided by, where you have the scientific evidence. Why I'm saying that? Because there could be some, if you go to the internet, people will say, I got fever after getting the COVID vaccine. Don't believe that. Maybe there are some few cases, very rare. But if you take the percentage of people who are successful, once you get vaccinated, you are fine. I strongly urge you, everyone, to go and get vaccinated. In US, now they have provided a lottery scheme. If you get vaccine, and every day they take a raffle and they provide $30,000 or $40,000. That is to attract more people to get vaccinated. I think 6 states already reached 70%. People are getting vaccinated. I got vaccinated. My family got vaccinated. I urge you all to get vaccinated. Do not rely on internet. Go to the right site, like where the CDC or where your government, Singapore, is recommending, and then you can manage. Get vaccinated, fellow Toastmasters. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Kanan, for that very educational speech. Well, I got vaccinated and I had high fever for 2 days. That is probably for us to check with each other. After taking 2 Panadols, good night sleep, and I'm well. But I heard that Alicia got something worse than that after the vaccination. Oh, all right, we'll talk about that a bit later. And I would like now to introduce our second speaker, presenting mastery. Presentation mastery is the pathway level 2 project 1, understanding your communication style. The objective, could I have the evaluator, Jennifer Lim, to please read the objectives.
Thank you, Patricia. The purpose statement of this project is for the member to learn about different communication styles and identify her primary style. The purpose of her speech is for the member to share the impact of her style on others. Back to you.
Thank you, Jennifer. And the time is the same, 5 to 7 minutes. And the title is, what is your communication style? And the speaker, let us be very aware of our own communication style, she said, as we grow and learn together in Toastmasters and beyond. Please welcome Patricia Tay.
Hi, mentor. When are we meeting again? I'm just so excited to get started on my next speech. So much so that I'm having ants in my pants. Hold your horses. Your next speech is on understanding your communication style. Do you know what your communication style is? Of course I do. I have a communicative style. I know that, but you do need to find out more. Go and read up. What is your communication style? I tried. I went into the Toastmasters website last night with my phone, but it closed on me. Not once, but twice. I'll try again using my laptop this time. I'm sure it'll work. I'll do it. My friends, this is how eager I am when it comes to learning. Inspired by my mentor. So I went into the Toastmasters website and I found Base Camp. It brought me to understanding your communication style. Confidently, I click my responses into the questions there. Turns out, I have a direct and initiating style. Having a direct style means you are direct, decisive, and driven. Well done. Others may perceive you as impatient and demanding. No wonder conflicts happen at work. I work with preschool leaders, and there are so many projects throughout the year. Listen, I want that graduation plan by 1 p.m. tomorrow, monthly performance vettings, and a weekly status update. That was demanding and impatient. In fact, that was unreasonable. I really should slow down and be more empathetic towards people's views. Maybe we should have sat down to agree on a timeline together. Let me read on. Having an initiating style means you are sociable, enthusiastic, and persuasive. I like that. Sometimes others may feel you talk more than you listen. I talk more than I listen? Oh, that is true. Sometimes I talk so much that I forget to listen. When I first started the Toastmasters journey, I was so excited and I chatted about it happily to my 20-year-old daughter. Hey girl, you're home early today. How was your day? Anyway, I told you I joined Toastmasters. The meetings are so awesome. There are 3 segments to each meeting, and we remember them by the acronym PI. P stands for prepared speeches, I stands for impromptu speeches, E stands for evaluation. I get to deliver my speech, and others will evaluate it. Sometimes even the evaluator gets evaluated. You know what's the best part? At the end of every segment, everyone takes a poll, and the best speaker gets recognized. I want to be the best speaker at every meeting. Oh, by the way, how was your day? Ladies and gentlemen, there is a good reason why we have 2 ears and 1 mouth. I really should listen more than I speak. With the newfound knowledge of my communication style, I shall now learn to be more patient and more empathetic towards others. I shall listen more intensely and listen more than I speak. Knowing my communication style is such a great discovery for me. The Toastmasters journey is indeed a journey of self-discovery. What is your communication style? What are the areas that you would like to work on? According to Dr. Albert Mehrabian's 7-38-55% rule of personal communication, only 7% goes to spoken words. 38% goes to the tone of your voice. And 55% your body language. So my friends, be very aware of your communication style, learning and growing together in Toastmasters and beyond. Back to you, Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you, Patricia. That was interesting and innovative. Very exciting speech. You speak like there were ants in your pants. And in your own words, you're such an eager learner. So please don't hold back your horses for your future projects. I look forward. And now I will introduce our third speaker. The project is from the Effective Coaching Level 4 Building Skills. Could I have our evaluator, Alicia Chia, to read out the objectives, please? Alicia?
Yes, thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Plum. The purpose of this project is for the member to review or introduce the skills needed to write and maintain a blog. The purpose of this speech is for the member to share some aspect of her experience in maintaining a blog. So this speech is 2 to 3 minutes. So good luck to you, Toastmaster Angela, and back to you, Toastmaster of the Day, Plum.
Thank you, Alicia. The timing, yes, is 2 to 3 minutes. So it would be 2, 2.5, 3, 2, 2.5, 3. Peter, please take note, and then 30 seconds to round up. And the title is a compiling blog on recycling clothes about the speaker. Angela has several blogs on blogger.com, and she requests that you read one of them and email your feedback. She is a very interesting lady, and I've been following her on Facebook. And today I am going to follow her speech. Please welcome Angela Lesbury.
Thank you very much for that lovely introduction. I have more than 20 blogs. How long does it take to write a blog post? I can spend as long as 4 hours a day writing blogs. You may think one would get tired of this. Well, one does. Therefore, several of my blogs I don't bother with. There are only 3 of them I do regularly. And that's why if you start lots of blogs, you've got to narrow it down to what really interests you. There's no limit to the number of blogs you can write. Now, first of all, what is a blog? A blog is a daily log or a journal. If you want people to read what you've written, you have to write regularly, and you should write every day, and ideally at the same time of day, so that they know that if they log on first thing in the morning, their time, they will see something new to read. I was given very interesting information by a fellow in London who had the most popular, most widely read blog in Britain. And he gave me a useful tip. He said, if you're finding it's taking up too much of your time, and there are days when you can't keep up with it, what you do is you write all your blogs for the 7 days ahead on a Sunday, and then each day you just put one up. Now, something I discovered for myself is that to get readership, you have to tell people that you've got a blog. So that when I first started doing a blog, my very first blogs were, my dress of the day was extremely popular on Facebook. But when I went on to blogger.com, I had 0 readers. I was not upset by this because I knew with my travel blog, I'd started with 0 readers, and then I'd got, by 2 or 3 years later, I got many, and my travel blog was my most widely read blog. So I persisted. And what did I find out? My son, who's into search engine optimization, which is making sure the maximum number of people read your blogs, the first thing I asked him was, does it matter what the title of my blog is? He said, no, the more important thing is the title every day. Now, from 0 readers, I jumped up to 630 with this blog, which says, and it's a very long title, you wouldn't think anyone would bother to read it, white dicky with red collar over red silk vest and black Marks and Spencer full length, and so it goes on. Now, what I did when my blogs didn't get enough readers was I shortened them to something like where to buy a dicky. This is a dicky. It's a false front that you can use to smarten up an outfit, and it's very handy online. And I've got lots of posts on the dickies. So I would shorten my posts, but Marks and Spencer's was the magic word which got me all the readers. So now you know the secret. If you want any advice on blogs, come to me and please read my blogs. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Angela. Oops, for one moment, I thought you're going to remove your top. But I love the speech, really. I would love to learn from you on blog writing and recycling your clothes. Do you sell them? Well, I have so many questions that I want to ask you. Remember, I'm a social media, they call it social media dinosaur. Yes. So I'd like to learn from you. And now could we have completed the 3 speakers. Could we have the timer reports, please? Timer's
Sure.
report.
Canon, 7 minutes, 10 seconds, reaching the time. Patricia, 6 minutes, 12 seconds, reaching the time. Angela, 3 minutes, 50 seconds, a little bit over timing.
A little bit means it's over timing. So what was it? 3 minutes and
50 seconds.
Oh, all right. So we follow the rule, and Alicia, not Alicia, Angela, we're sorry, then you're over time. And there's 2, and I understand that the club doesn't vote for 2 speakers. Is that right? And Alicia,
Yes.
correct. So there's no voting.
My apologies to my other speakers.
Exactly, because, and that is exactly why, Angela, I say that even if there's 2, we do have votings in my, I would advise to have voting, because then they will get a chance to get the ribbon. Maybe the new ESCO would like to think about that. Yeah. So now we'll start the moment of learning. Are we ready with the, so there's no voting, no change on that? Okay, so we'll close the voting. Right. No more breaks, right? We'll go straight on to the evaluation. Correct, Alicia? No means.
There's a 5 minutes break.
Can we have a break? Can we have a
5
break?
minutes break.
All right,
Yeah.
so we go for a 5 minutes break.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome back to our evaluation segment. Now sit back while we start the moment of learning. As in Toastmasters, we learn by sharing and receiving precious nuggets of feedback. Our first evaluator for the first speaker is none other than the owner of, she said, 11 blogs. I guess she burns midnight oil for that. Please welcome Angela.
Thank you, Patricia. Well, as usual, from Canaan, we had a wonderful speech, very well researched, and on a topical subject which affects all of us. I thought his slides were very clear, they were easy to read and reasonably simple. He came over with a very clear message, and I was already convinced before he spoke, so he couldn't fail to win me over. The question is, it's such an important topic that he's bound to want to give it again, especially as he's so passionate about it. So what can I do to help him and all of you to improve slides? I would suggest that when you've got a lot of numbers on a slide, as one of the slides in case had, I suggest you either highlight the line you're talking about. In the olden days, if you had it on a board, you'd use a a pointer or a laser and say, as you can see in this top line. I'm not sure whether you could actually do that when we can see you in front of it pointing to your finger at the top line. Instead, I would suggest you either highlight perhaps 2 or 3 lines in the slide you want to draw attention to, or simply say, as you can see from the top line, the USA has the greatest number of cases in the world. And that would tell us where to look on the slide when you're talking. My second suggestion is to check the grammar of the slides. One of the slides said how long the vaccines and ended with a question mark, and it should have been how long do the vaccines. Now there's a very simple way of checking the grammar, which is before you create the slide or after you've created it, take the text out, put it in Word and run it through Grammarly.com. If you can't use Grammarly on the slide itself, just check the grammar of the text somewhere else. And you particularly need to look at 3 different things. One is spelling. His spelling was perfect. The second thing I've just drawn attention to is the construction of questions, which is not the same in all languages, because in other languages, you can simply put a question word on the end of the sentence and that makes it a question. I think Chinese does this. But in English, you have to invert the verb. So instead of saying you do, you say do you when you're asking a question. The other thing to note is that we say the USA, not in USA. So when you're speaking, make that little change. My last point is some of the titles were such as interesting facts. I think it'd be better to have them as positive facts or reasons why you should take the vaccine. That would grab me more with an emotion or a positive title to a slide. But you've got all the basics there. All you need is little tweaks to the headline and a couple of grammatical points. Otherwise, it was a brilliant speech on a great topic. Well done. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you. From one hot dame to another hot one. Well, your evaluation looks more like a LE to me than a PE. Well, to evaluate our speaker, Patricia Tay, we have a hot mama. Well, this hot mama loves to read, to gain knowledge, singing to improve her vocal varieties, and dancing to keep fit. And there's no wonder looking at her. Please welcome hot mama Jennifer Lim to evaluate Patricia.
Thank you. Before I commence, can you hear me well? Because
yes.
Okay, thanks. Good evening, Club President, fellow Toastmasters, and to you, Patricia. I must say, your speech was so well organized and well structured. The strong opening of your speech was full of fire and passion. Your excitement rubs on me. Your gestures and body language tied in so well with your speech. Your vocal variety, you showed the highs and the lows of your tone when you started speaking. The areas where you need to be high, you were high. The areas where you need to be low, you were there. I commend you on the use of your language. I love it when you say 2 years and 1 month to illustrate that you should listen more than you talk. Yeah, 2 years, right? And I also like the fact that you use a journey of self-discovery to illustrate your communication style, which is direct and initiating. the personal experience in your preschool where you exhibited your communication style was a good example for us to know what kind of communicator are you. Well, while having many good points to your speech, there are still room for improvements. The pace of your speech. Although you speak, the content of your speech is a lot. You have many good points, but I felt that you were rushing a little bit. You were trying to complete your speech to be on time. I would suggest you slow down, put some pauses in areas that you need to, rather than, you know, go on and on and on. I got lost sometimes. The other thing is there were a bit too much of gestures, too much of movement. You've been doing this and that, and then, you know, it was kind of distracting sometimes for me. Another point to take note is, sorry, I lost the timer. Another thing for you to take note is the dialogue. You were having a dialogue with your daughter, I think, and you ask her, how's your day? And that's it. And then you said, that's, you need to improve on your listening skill. Now, it would be good if you could give us your daughter's answer to you. And how do you relate that you did not listen to her well? In what sense? Because you stop, you just say, how's your day? And that's it. And then you started with your speech. So I don't know in what is the connection? How is it related to you not listening well enough? I must commend you, Patricia. Your speech was very well done. And all you need to do is to take note of those points that I have raised, which is your pace, the dialogue, and the gestures. And I'm sure you will excel at your next speech. Congratulations. Thank you very much. And I look forward to your next speech. Back to you.
Thank you, Jennifer. From a hot dame to a hot mama, and now I present to you a very hot lady. To evaluate, Speaker Angela Lansbury is our very super powerful and enthusiastic Vice President Education, who always sits on the edges. Please welcome Angela. My apologies. Please welcome Alicia.
Give me a minute, let me pin the timer and pin myself. A very good evening to club president, to members and guests, and especially to Toastmaster Angela. Congratulations to Toastmaster Angela for having written more than 20 blogs. Today, I will evaluate Toastmaster Angela in two areas: what she did well, and the other area, what she can do better so that we can all learn together. Firstly, today, Angela has done an informational speech on blogging. Okay. And she has met her objective of sharing, introducing the skills to write and maintain a blog and sharing her experience. The first part, she taught us about how to have time management, especially when you have like a person like her who has written more than 20 blogs. So she told us that from 20 blogs, you need to specialize on 3 blogs, focus on it, concentrate all your writing on a Sunday, write everything on Sunday, and then subsequently you release your blogs on each and every other day. So that is time management. And then she shared with us all the tips of all her experience in maintaining her blogs, from getting 0 readership to how she increased to 360 readers, and gave us tips showing the props of how she wore her dicky and telling the audience to shorten their blogs and using Marks and Spencer. And these are all good advice for everyone out there. Now, for what she can do better to bring her to the next level is that for people like me, I've never written a blog. So I would wish to hear what are the skills that would propel me to write a blog. So Toastmaster Angela, I would appreciate if you could consider to introduce some skills that are needed for basic learners like us. Because we don't know what skills, that's why we never venture out of our comfort zone. We wish to be like you, a blogger that writes more than 20 blogs, but we don't know what are the skills. So if you could do that, put it in your speech, and then at the conclusion, please sum up, give us a proper summation, because we were caught off guard because you were finishing it too fast. With that, I hope you can take my advice and then improve on your next speech. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you. That definitely 3 minutes is really not enough, Angela, to show us and to teach us how to write a blog. Maybe you'd like to consider doing a workshop on that. I strongly recommend it. I strongly recommend you do that. And now, could we have the timers report, please?
Sure. We have Angela, 3 minutes and 59 seconds. We have Jennifer Lim, 4 minutes, 25 seconds. And also we have Alicia, is below time, 3 minutes, 33 seconds.
3 minutes, 33 is below?
2 minutes,
2 minutes,
33 seconds.
Okay, so the thing is, two spoke over time, and you, as you know, when you put a woman on the with a mic, they can never stop, and that is really common. So by default, Alicia, all the names are the sure. Alicia is the winner for the evaluation, and that is by default, right? And now at this moment is the moment of truth. We will have Patricia to give us the counter, and I'm not listening, Patricia.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity to be the R counter today. I had a lot of fun just picking out all the pause fillers. First of all, it was Hiran. He is our workshop speaker for today. Hiran has got more than 10 Rs and 3 arms, but we have all learned well from him. So that was great. Joan has 1 1 ya. Patricia Tay, that's me, 1 I caught myself saying that. Angela Lansbury, 1 Jennifer Lim, it was said twice, 1 1 ya. Our table topic master of the day, Alicia, for the whole segment, I only caught 1 We have our Toastmaster of the day. For the entire time, I only caught 1 Congratulations to the rest. We have Gracie, no pause fillers. I didn't catch any. Kanan, I didn't catch any pause fillers. Khalid and Servi, no pause fillers. Oh, Peter Chong, at the very last minute just now, 1 And that was all. Thank you.
Thank you, Patricia. Just 1 for me. I think you're just being very kind. We shall have coffee. Well, and now we have come to the end of our program. Is that right? If you would like to switch off the recording. Is there anything going on after this? Go back to, I don't understand that, Alicia. And I will return the control of the meeting to who?
Announce the winners.
All right. I'll let you announce the winner. Alicia? Okay. No, but I don't have the names.
Alicia can announce the winner.
All right, Willie will announce the winner.
No, I mean Alicia can announce the winner.
Oh, Alicia, please. You see? Don't have to stand on ceremony. I don't have the names.
Okay, it's my pleasure to announce the winners. For the best table topic speaker, we have a tie. And the winner goes to, drum roll please, our guests, two guests, Sabir and Gracie. Are they still around?
Yeah. Gracie is around, the other one.
All right, congratulations, Gracie.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Do we have a best? Oh, we have no winner for the best speaker because everyone, that's a...
One was overtime and
yeah, so there was no voting, so sorry. But anyway, doesn't matter, but I'd like to congratulate all the speakers. They did very well, right? Let's try the next time.
Sure.
And the best evaluator also, hey, we didn't launch the poll. Let's launch the poll.
No, because there are two overtime. Only
two
you.
overtime.
Only
Okay.
you.
So I'm the winner.
Yeah, and you are the winner, right? Yes.
Oh, that's not
by
fun.
default. Yeah.
That's no fun.
Well, there's a lot of fun. This meeting there's a lot of fun really, and I really enjoy every moment of it, especially table topic. The speakers are so wow, wonderful. And I wasn't expecting young Toastmasters to be speaking so well and thoroughly enjoy. And of course, Angela's blog, I'm always interested in, and very interesting and exciting. And of course, I like the table topics as well. So that makes everybody enjoy. I enjoyed myself. Please ask around and see if there's any feedback. Should I hand over control of the meeting to, I don't understand, Willie? And I hand over, no, so this is Willie, okay. So I hand over control back to the club president, Willie, please.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Okay, I will close this meeting because it may
Lagging.
become.
I think it's lagging.
It's mine or
find your passion. What
is it mine?
Oh, me too. I can't hear.
Okay.
Yeah, same here. I can't hear.
Find your passion, whatever it may be. Say American writer T. Heller Armstrong, because become it and let it become you, and you will find great things happen for you, to you, and because of you. I became so. Madam BPE, what is our topic next week before I end the meeting?
While discussion is on, maybe we can turn off the recording.
No. I mean, what is our workshop topic for next week?
Who is doing a workshop?
Crafting a humorous speech.
Oh, crafting a humorous speech.
Okay, thank you, Madam BPE. So I would like to see everyone same time, same day, and same location. I'll see you next week. I declare the meeting adjourned to next Friday.
Bye.